live on the interwebs. We're going to have us a show today. It's going to be fantabulous. We've got, of course, my co-host as always, Joaquin, just Joaquin Harless, the one and only bearded weirdo from from Centersville, America. Where are you coming from? Where are you coming from, bud?
Hi, welcome.
Hi.
I have too much going on right now.
He's got like 5 cameras.
Yeah, I
And of
got two
course, now
cameras.
we have
I don't know. I don't think either of them are working right now. So I'm just like, hey guys, welcome.
let me boo you real quick for that.
Oh yeah, you got the oh very.
Okay. Today we got really special guest, somebody who's going to answer our deep questions that we have about veganism. Of course, I'm vegan, but of course, a lot of the listeners aren't vegan. Shame on you. We've got vegan gays, aka what? Ellie Fleming, is that your name?
L is preferable, but Ellie is also fine.
Okay,
Yeah,
whatever you like.
whatever.
Um, we're happy to have you because you're a badass
Okay.
animal rights activist, vegan aficionado of vegan food. You're having a food delivery soon. Did you get anything good? Are you gonna have? What'd you get? Lentils?
Well, oh, I didn't get lentils, but that's one thing I do know for sure. But I have a really terrible short-term memory, so I don't actually know what I've got. It's going to be a surprise. All I know is I'm going to be very happy when I see it. Probably a lot of like cakes. I'm hoping cakes. Yeah.
That's the joy of having like Alzheimer's or dementia. It's like you can watch the same movies over and over and over again. It's like
Or just not paying attention fully ever, so you're not even present at the moment. That really, wow, yeah, cool.
Yeah, with a bit of luck, it'll annoy everyone else, but you'll just be.
But you'll be living your best life.
You won't fucking remember that.
No.
Yeah.
Great.
How can they be mad at
you? How was your day?
How was my day?
How was your day? Yeah, how was your day?
Yeah, I've just been editing and tidying, and that's all I do: edit, tidy, make a mess, edit again, and tidy. That's how's yours been?
And repeat.
And repeat.
Do you have pets?
Oh no! Well, in the house there is a cat, but I'm not responsible for her. I am currently though. I'm cat sitting for a few days, so I am queen of my household. But yeah, I don't have any, specific responsibility to an animal.
I saw you go out and pet pigs and shit though at the place. Like you went to a place and were hanging out with farm animals.
Oh
right?
Yeah, there's a sanctuary called the Retreat, and it's like an open sanctuary, and that's amazing. Definitely, I'd definitely go again.
Is it close to where I live?
Where do you live? I sounds like it wouldn't be close to where you live.
Oh, you're assuming I'm in America. I'm actually in Germany.
Oh, you're in Germany. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. When you assume, you make an ass out of you and me.
You and me.
Yeah.
I love to have you here. Look, let's bust into these questions and let's make sure that we get them right because I also, you know what I didn't do? I didn't bring up the chat, so I have no idea what's going on.
There's nothing going on.
Hopefully,
really?
people come on over just so people know who are on my live stream. The link to this is in the description, so go over and say hello. We got a vegan host.
Oh, hi everybody. Yeah. Hi, all of Els fans. I'm the Homeless Romantic Podcast. That's us, me and Joaquin here. We do radical podcasting and whatnot, live streaming and general mayhem. If you like, come over. I'm vegan. Joaquin's not, but we're working on that. We're gonna.
I had quinoa every day for the last 7 days.
Yeah, if you're gonna be called Joaquin, then you've got to be vegan. To be honest.
It's true, right?
Isn't it quinoa the other way around?
Quinoa Joaquin.
Joaquin.
It's just you backwards.
Yeah.
I mean, she's saying that too because one of our most prized vegans is Joaquin Phoenix.
That's the one.
Doug just came in and out. I have no idea where he's going, but so look, I'll ask you this first question and I'll vamp while you answer it. So what inspired you to adopt a vegan lifestyle and how has it impacted your life?
So I was doing a music video for one of my A-levels for a punk band, and I asked them what their song was about, and they said it was about factory farming. So I started looking up factory farming footage to see if I could add it to the video. And the first thing that popped up was the dairy industry, and I noticed it was in the UK. And I just thought to myself, why are these guys singing about this when I went to McDonald's with them like a couple of weeks ago, and none of them are even vegetarian? And then I thought, hang on, this is the dairy industry I'm seeing. So like even that wouldn't cut it. You'd need to be like vegan or something. And yeah, just the fact they were singing so passionately about something, and I thought, oh god, that does sound horrible. And then I looked. That was the main inspiration to go vegan in that moment. And then did you say how it's impacted my life? Did you say?
Yeah.
Obviously, like it became, because it's my focus, that's what like I've made my job and everything. So obviously the trajectory of my life, probably looks much different to what it would. I'd probably be into like psychology or maybe politics, something like that. So it definitely has impacted my life, and I suppose it makes me a bit less appealing to the average person. So maybe I've missed out on some social stuff, but I can't say, I already like came out as gay at 16, and that already like took a hit to me, and it just didn't really bother me. I thought, well, if I'm going to be ousted socially for this thing, then I don't really want to be part of that social circle anyway. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's pushed me a bit further out maybe, but apart from that, like I just go to the supermarket like anyone else, go out like anyone else, go to the cinema like anyone else. It's not really a wild thing for the most part. It just can be a bit tricky sometimes, that's all.
Sure, and that's I think another one of my questions, but still, like if you're gay or whatever, like once you're an outcast in one particular aspect, everything else just falls into place. Like I was homeless for a while, and after that, empathy just came rushing over me. It's like, all right, just like everybody's just struggling. Everybody deserves not to be fucking exploited and messed with, basically. So how do you navigate social situations such as dining out, attending events as a vegan? Are there any challenges, or how do you navigate a world that's clearly not vegan? I know there's only about 1% of us in the world. So what's your secret?
Yeah, I do try to avoid situations. Like, as I've grown older, like before, if something was making me uncomfortable, I'd hide it away to the point where I didn't even like realize why I was quite upset by something. But it is very uncomfortable to just sit there, just like it would be if I was chowing down on a dog leg and I was like, yummy dog, in front of someone. They'd be like, what? Like, they'd feel that kind of shock typically, because the cultural societal significance is different. So yeah, but I would feel that same way, and so I just try and avoid those situations. And luckily in the UK, there are loads of like vegan eateries. I'm blessed to have a lot of vegan friends, so I just kind of like pick my people who I do those things with, and try and avoid situations that like aren't going to make me feel all that comfortable, because if you're going out to have a nice time, you want to have a nice time, and yeah.
I don't want to be bullied or repressed while I'm trying to just go out with friends. But has it changed a lot though in the UK as far as like vegan eateries and stuff? And hi, Doug, how you doing?
Hello.
Hi, Doug. So is it things getting better over there? Are you getting more options?
Yeah, so
as far as vegan food,
it was like massively booming, I'd say, but then the pandemic and everything like kind of changed, like meant that lots of places shut down. So I don't know because I've seen some vegan places shut down in the last couple of years, but I think it was more because a lot of places were shut down. That's the result. But I think generally there's more stuff that's available. I live in a city called Norwich in the UK, and it's probably like up there for like good like options, but all cities in the UK are, even small towns. I lived in a tiny town beforehand, and yeah, I could get a lot of options, and I've like forgotten the question. I'm so sorry.
Oh no, that was like my amendment to the question was like, are things getting better as far as the
yes,
options
sorry.
for food? Yeah.
My brain just was like, bye. I'm not in streamer mode today at all. It's not happened for me. I'd say that there's more of an understanding, definitely. I think that's coming with time. But I think people are also getting fed up with vegans to the point where it might be of detriment. People might be more annoyed. But as for options, accessibility, things being labeled, it's way better than it was.
I'm everybody in the audience. If you have a question for Vegan Gaze, please ask her. She will answer it honestly and openly. Of course, we're rocking this shirt. Show off your shirt one more time.
Elwood's organic dog meat.
Oh, she's a big fan of that.
I love dog meat.
She's vegan, but
except for dog meat.
Except for dog meat.
And only on Mondays. Okay. It's only on Mondays. Like I stab them on Mondays, so it's fine. It's just once a week.
Yeah, every diet's got to have a cheat day. I think
yeah, cheat day. Cheat day. So classic.
Doug, you just came in. Do you have any questions for Al? Just jump right in at any time.
Swoop on him.
I can't even hear you, bro. You got to check your settings. All right, skip.
Get out of
there. What are some misconceptions or stereotypes about veganism that you encounter often?
The misconception.
How do you deal with...
Oh, sorry, I completely cut you out through your.
Let me finish. No, go ahead. Yeah.
The misconception is that we talk over people, which absolutely just isn't the case. No, the misconception is that we're all like me, just like SJW lesbian, fucking septum piercing. Though there are a few of us who are like that. There aren't enough, which is very upsetting to me personally. But no, I think the misconception is that we are judgmental people. When I think people forget that everybody is you can't really encounter a situation as a subject and not judge what's happening. You can't do that. I don't know how you would be able to do that, at least. And people are like, oh, you judge us for your diet, but most people do. They would judge me if I were Jeffrey Dahmer. They judge me, if I ate a Chihuahua steak. They judge me if I killed a rhinoceros. And there's loads of different animals out there, and there are going to be very likely animals that people think, oh no, not that one. So it's like people assign this kind of judgment placement to vegans as if non-vegans don't do that. But when people see, Piers Morgan is a very popular anti-vegan. He literally still to this day has an article up about how trophy hunters, he would like to trophy hunt them and put their heads on a mantelpiece. Now that is far more judgmental than anything I would say. I'd just be like, yo, debate me. You know what I mean? I wouldn't fucking, let me just put you in a gas chamber, see if you like it. Let me hang you upside down and slit your throat. I don't genuinely, I wouldn't make an article about, role reversal. But he will, and he's profoundly anti-vegan. So I'd say that's the misconception, that we're so special. And another one is that we are doing something so special. I think people give us far too much credit. I'm so lazy. I am so I'm not doing anything special by, just putting my hands somewhere else, or kind of just having a little think about, oh, is this something I could have? Do I order this? Where could I go? It's not this profound feat in many instances to do that. So that's another misconception, that we are really going out of our way. Which obviously there's loads of different places in the world. I've been to some of them. Some places it's a bit easier than others, but even then I've made it work during that time. So I think it's applicable.
I love this thing where it's you eat a cat or a dog, you're insane. Eat chickens and pork, you're normal. Eat no animals, you're an extremist.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Right? Is that,
is
that about
right? Yeah.
So there was that baseline hypocrisy that always struck me. I'm fairly new, fresh vegan, a couple of years maybe. I always knew I never would argue with a vegan. I would just kind of just walk away and be like, God damn it, they're right. They're right. I think. Oh yeah, Joaquin, go ahead.
I do have an inquiry about the vegan police. Is that a real thing?
Oh
Like in
yeah,
Scott Pilgrim versus the World, like they'll just come out of nowhere and
it's
smite
me.
you.
I'll get you.
Okay.
If
This
you have,
one
if
down
you
here,
have a
yeah.
thought about killing an animal, I'm big please.
Come down, strip your vegan
Oh
card
yeah,
and everything.
I will take that vegan card away. I will take it away. You're not having it back, okay?
Yeah.
Unless it's on a cheat day.
Unless it's on a cheat day and it's a dog steak, then I'll let you off. Yeah.
Yeah. Woof.
Woof.
Doug, have you made it in yet, Doug? You're muted, but you can hear us.
I'm unmuted now.
Oh,
Is
hey,
that-
buddy. Nice to see you. Say hi to Vegan Gays.
Hello.
Hi, vegan gays.
Hello, Doug.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Any questions or qualms with our guest?
So with the organic dog meat, I wanted to ask because my dog is female and very finicky. And
Time for the chop.
is there any specific meat that that dog will eat? What dog that they serve? Do they serve like all kinds of meat? I mean, do they serve goat?
Well,
whatever?
they claim to serve different, Chihuahua, pug bacon, or they sometimes call it barkin. Yeah, they claim to do this, but it's all a cheeky little. It's the vegans being very slimy, okay? Because the website leads to we've got a leaflet here actually. Look, that you send out.
Doug really thought that this woman ate fucking dogs for a second.
I'm vegan except for dogs.
No. I was wondering about the dogs. Like, what do they eat?
Oh, yeah.
Are they?
I got you.
Like
Yeah.
a pig, pigs are omnivores, dogs are omnivores. Pigs are fed
Corn.
like a grain diet. Yeah, so these dogs, they would be fed, a grain diet, loads of varied grains to make sure that their coats were nice and healthy before their one bad day, their harvest and processing. Yeah.
I do have friends that all they do is feed raw meat to their dogs.
Oh,
And these are house dogs. I thought that like only people that were training their pit bulls to like fight in rings would do that. I thought that was. I used to think that was crazy.
Joaquin, go ahead.
Hey, yeah, I didn't mean to interrupt, but there's this Boris in the chat. Shout out to Boris here. He says, promote your vegan fad to starving people in third world and they will love you for sure. And I just wanted
let me tell you something,
What?
motherfucker. People in Nigeria eat beans and rice and they love it and they live off of it. And I eat beans and rice. I love it. This sustained North and South American indigenous tribes for thousands of years. The population boom in Asia is thanks to rice alone. We're starchivores, bro. Get them vegan gays.
The thing that just irritates me about this is okay, I'm not advocating to the people in those conditions. They're not even going to have the internet to hear me in the first place. I'm reaching out to people in my sorts of situations because they're the best people to reach because I can tell them exactly where to go, what to do. And again, some of the cheapest foods in areas of low income, that they have access to plant-based foods. Literally, in the name of some of these flesh terms, like beef, are bourgeois roots. Historically, the flesh of animals has been, not really for the peasant. It's been for richer folk, and it's heavily subsidized to the point where it becomes more affordable these days. But yeah, still these plant-based foods are indeed cheaper. So I don't know why. A lot of these countries that people talk about, primarily their caloric intake is coming from plants. So I don't know what that was about.
They talk about places they've never visited.
Yeah,
and probably will
never,
go.
no.
As the conservatives always say, you don't like it in America, go to North Korea. I'm like, dude, at least they have healthcare. Fucking kidding me?
Oh my god.
That's a tricky one. It's China too. It's like people go live in communist China. I was like, dude, they are actually living better than us right now. They can't talk bad about the government, but the average person. Well, if the government isn't, but no, I'm not going to sit here and simp for China. But so, can you tell me some of the health benefits? Have you experienced anything like psychic bowel movements, or fast growing hair, or ability to jump 10 feet in the air? any differences in your health?
I am now psychic, and I do have this like superpower where I heavily judge people. It's like, wow, it's an overwhelming sense. I feel very powerful while I'm doing it. But no, yeah, health isn't really.
Here's Joaquin again.
Here's Joaquin again. Like, can I get these powers? Sorry, did you actually have a question?
Yeah, Joaquin, go ahead.
He'll keep
raising his hand.
I was gonna throw in an interjection here when you were like, I got psychic powers. I just wanted to inquire about the range. Completely off topic. You can send me a data sheet on this after we're done with this.
Yeah, I'll predict your future. Don't worry, for free of charge. Absolutely. I get scared to kind of like, not scared. I just and ah about talking about health, like. But from my understanding, plant-based diet is suitable for every stage of life, including like pregnancy, including young age to infancy. The anecdotal stuff that I have experienced, and I think there is some scientific literature on like the benefits of dropping some product food items and acne, like from the age of 11. I had terrible acne, and anecdotally, about 6 weeks after I was vegan at 18, there was like this massive drop. I'd never seen my skin that clear in my life. And people do complain about dairy being something that's quite bad, because we're not baby cows, so or babies, so we don't have the enzyme lactase to break down the sugar lactose, so it can be kind of irritable for our bodies. But I'm not well versed on the science behind that. And I do just by proxy end up eating more healthy foods, like more vegetables and fruits. Just because as I went vegan, I was quite a fussy eater. I didn't want to eat like vegetables, fruits, anything like that. But as a vegan, when I thought that would be the only thing I was going to eat for the rest of my life, I started trying them and enjoying them. So I think positive health benefits come of that, because I just grew up on pizza and nuggets. So. But now I have nuggets. I have nuggets in my freezer, but there's some veggies in there as well, so it's all right.
Good. I mean, you nailed it when you said about acne, because this is pretty clear to me too. As soon as I went, that I had like minimal issues with my skin since then. And I grew up and I was just horribly disfigured and always popping my zits. And
it's really like ironic, because like I've broken out recently because my friend dermaplaned my face, and every time they do that it just breaks up my face, so I am I've got a few spots right now, but typically you're lucky.
The resolution on my stream is terrible. So nobody knows.
Side. Yeah, they'll know all about it though. But
yeah, but I think you're right too about like being lactose intolerant. Like humans at some point were very, very lactose intolerant. And it was only one group of people that learned to get around that because they had no other source of protein at that time in history. But basically, when we go from infant and then we come out of infancy, we become more and more lactose intolerant. Now, I couldn't tell you the exact science, but I heard a podcast that talked about this. And it's true that we're not necessarily always, programmed to be lactose tolerant. In fact, most of Asia is lactose intolerant. So
yeah, it's more the northern hemisphere that have the more of an adaptation to tolerate it.
Yeah. And this must be like learned like the hard way from doing it over. It's like, oh, I'm shitting my brains out, but I just need something to sustain my life. But I mean, all right. So how do you deal? This is an important one. How do you deal with trolls? And was there ever an experience where you changed their minds and turned it around?
It just varies on my mood what I'll do with the troll. Some I keep around just as like examples of, because they'll say just really ridiculous things. So I'm like, here we go. Some I will, just get rid of, because I have quite a stern, like my mods are more harsh than I am, which if they're getting annoyed by it, it's fine. But for me, you have to be pretty horrible like to me, like really horrible or pretty horrible to my community, and then I'll get rid of you. But I like to keep them around. I like to debate them. You know, I don't know. I think I've had a couple that have trolled me on random debates that weren't really aware of my channel at the time, but then they did look at more and tell me later. But that's very few. Like, and the people who you do change the mind of, like, either you're not going to really, or subconsciously you will, but they won't even know that you had a hand in that, or if you did, they might not tell you. Because I think a lot of the time our decisions are evolving, you know, in real time, and we're not even really sure of where that influence came from. It just kind of happens before we know it. So I'm hoping I've changed some of their minds, because they've given me like various brain injuries. So I'm hoping there is some sort of, you know, like, come on, if I've got to lose brain cells, please let something come of it.
Yeah. Here, and I have to do this because you've earned it. Let's see. There you go. All right.
Look at that. I need that on my stream.
So I saw the you did a debate with some farmer dude on this the Crucible or some shit.
Oh yeah, Garland debate. Farms. Yeah.
But these knuckleheads, the moderator was anti, you know, animal cruelty. He's like, I don't care, I eat a cow. He's over there like smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
And what happened during that debate is like it went terribly, but this guy seemed to be completely full of shit.
Yeah, well, it's really annoying because like I spoke to the moderator Andrew afterwards, and he was like, I don't know why you were talking about ethics. So I reread the proposition out to him that had been read out during that debate maybe 4 times. And then he's finally clocked that the proposition contained the word ethical. And he was like, oh yeah, actually then, so I should have like pressed him to answer the questions. So it was like a case of like, I think the moderator just really liking Garland Farms, not properly reading the proposition, then like, you know, covering for him. But basically I didn't realize that group had a gripe with my debate partner. So they decided, like he even said as much after the live stream. He decided to just make a spectacle out of it rather than let us actually have the conversation, which was really annoying. So, you know, as a result, I'm working on a crop deaths video with 2 other people. It's been like pushed back like continuously because we're all like busy at different times. But yeah, it wasn't unfortunately a very productive conversation going through the statistics. It was just like, it was hijacked for a different reason, which really did annoy me because I stayed up till 2 o'clock in the morning to have the bloody thing. But yeah, it happens in this game.
I think no matter what, when you start talking about this topic, you have people who are biased on both sides. Mm-hmm. We're, you know, our team is obviously super biased. Mm-hmm. We fucking care about the whole, what we do.
Yeah.
And because there's a victim on the other side, but, they are also super biased with it. The fact that they, you know, this, it's manly to eat meat, or it's just like, I don't want to change what I'm doing because that would, my whole universe would fall apart. And so, yeah, then you get this like Pierce Morgan versus Joey Carbstrong, and it's just like a bloodbath where nobody's learning anything.
Yeah.
Oh God bless this dude. And he keeps on bringing, he's like, weren't you in a gang?
Oh my God. Yeah. What, like, nearly a decade ago. Like, wow. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. What, weren't you involved in a hacking scandal, like Piers?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, weren't you? Okay. Yeah.
Aren't you just an oversized fucking baby?
I'd love to talk to this man. He's like, I dream of the day. Hello.
Hello, Joaquin.
I didn't know. I just got back. I heard you ask a question. I didn't know if you were pointing at me. I am, in fact, an oversized baby.
And one of these. Ooh. And one of these. And a what? Off clap. Yeah, so honestly, everybody in the chat, we're talking about veganism. If you have any questions, please let us know. Of course, if Vegan Gays, if you have some questions over there, I'm sure people can ask me, why do I look so funny, or what's wrong with his beard, or somebody in the chat actually says, Boris, of course, our good friend Boris, whoever this is,
Notorious Boris.
You will lose brain cells by only eating salad. And notorious Tam Patton says, why would you only eat salad?
Why would you do? I mean, I love a good salad. Don't get me wrong, but why would you?
So I got a little bit of context. I did tell Boris not to be dumb. He just fucking did not listen. He just dumbed immediately after
Continued to be dumb.
You tried. Okay. Well,
this is for you, Boris.
I mean, if Boris wants to come on.
Yeah, Boris, if you want to, I don't have the, like, I'll lose my shit really quick, but if Vegan Gaze has all the patience in the world to deal with idiots, she'll take you in her arms and rock you gently.
In my twig arms. I have nothing. Yeah, I'm just dying because of all the salad. Yes.
Yeah, look at her. She's wasting away.
How long have you been vegan for?
9 years.
Did I miss that?
Jesus.
And throughout the course of 9 years, you've retained enough brain cells to continue an intelligent conversation and hold yourself upright. That's impressive. So I think, Boris, I don't think you have to worry about that as much as you think you do. Like, even if you are losing brain cells by only eating salad, it's not a rapid process, brother.
No, not rapid. No, eventually, on the 10th year, I'm just going to die. But we're all right so far. I'm just gonna do what I
thought that
can.
was just like the vegan police tenure.
No.
Yeah.
Instant death at 10 years. And if it doesn't happen, it will happen at the 11th year. It's just the goalpost constantly moves.
What do you want on your tombstone?
I don't want a tombstone, really. I want to be buried and be a tree. But I guess that would have that would have a stone. Like, you would have a stone by it. I don't know.
Yeah. You want to be composted? I thought you were going to say I want to be buried alive.
I want to be barbecued.
Like, don't do that.
Like Ingrid Newkirk. But barbecue me, okay? Rack of ribs. No, I want to be. I don't know if the person who would have to deal with my body would be able to afford it. But I want to be one of those tree pods for sure. And
tree pods, yeah.
Yeah. And I guess I'm a writer, so maybe like I'd make a small poem, hopefully closer to the time that would, have something cute. I don't know. Hopefully not cringe. It can't be cringe. It can't be cringe because
no cringe. Only it has to be super based.
Yeah, super based.
Doug, what would be your super based way to die? Like, what do you want to be composted or shot out of a cannon or what's up?
In a submarine, getting crushed to death.
Oh my god!
I'm just kidding.
Oh, trying to find the Titanic. That's a good one.
Trying to steal the remaining gold nuggets that haven't been found.
There's Nazi gold.
I always thought, like, I mean, the early composting stuff was like that I'd read like 20 years ago is that they would do the seeds. So they would sow seed. They would kind of like, take out the organs, put seeds inside with, some fertilizers and plant enzymes and things. And you would grow a tree or a garden would sprout up out of your remains. And I thought that's a great way to go and people can come share in your delights, so to speak, by eating food or fruits that was nourished from your pure vegan body.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna nourish the worms.
Yeah, I hopefully I'm extra biodegradable. I don't know. I would hope so. Joaquin, ultimate way to go out and do you want a tombstone? Do you want what do you?
Doing food orders? What was this?
No, not tombstone pizza.
What do you want on your tombstone? Yeah, I think this might be an American joke. Anyways, the way to go out, fucking by surprise. Any other way, I'll be terrified until the end for sure. But like disposal of my body after I'm fucking dead, I don't give a shit. Like, it would be cool to be launched or attempted to be launched into orbit with like a trebuchet or something. But yeah, like other than that, I don't give a fuck, man. Feed me to the homeless, put me in one of those mushroom caskets, ideally cremation, I think, because that's like the most cost effective right now. And then, anybody wants to do something with my ashes, that'll be cool. I won't know about it. So like, honestly, it doesn't actually matter to me. The one thing that I am against is being buried, because I don't want to have fucking corpse paint put on me. I don't want people to look at my dead ass body. I don't want the chemicals pumped into me that are going to get fucking emptied into the groundwater. I don't want people to have to spend like $20,000 on a fucking coffin. Like, what the shit?
Yeah.
None of that.
It's a
garbage.
racket.
Isn't that the ultimate grift? Is like when you die and they're like, oh, well, if you really love Joe, you really should go spring for the oak coffin with the, gold plating and the, No, but I will say this, that, what do you call it? Cremation is actually super bad for the environment. So I would say we'll just chuck you in a hole.
There you go.
In a tree
hole.
Right?
Leave me in the swamp somewhere.
Yeah.
Tree hole.
Yeah.
Tree
hole. I like your style. All right, so let's finish up with the vegan questions. In your opinion, what are the most compelling environmental and ethical reasons for, this is like the mother of all questions.
Okay.
What is the compelling environmental ethical reason? What are all like the basic nutshell of all the reasons to go vegan?
Okay, so I'll start with the ethics because that's what's most important to me. So there is no morally significant difference between humans and other animals that would justify the exploitation and killing of said animals. Anytime someone wants to bring one up, like lower intelligence, capacity for emotion, stuff like that, it doesn't encapsulate the entire human experience. There are humans without those. So it ends up in a complete inconsistency when people want to argue it, or a complete absurdity. I've had people trying to bite the bullet on, killing people with certain cognitive differences, or I've had all sorts, like eternal genocides of humans on the moon. I've heard it all for, just simply not wanting to change and have a consistent position that's just completely wild. So yeah, just fundamentally, there isn't a morally significant difference that would make it bad to stab me for a burger, but not bad to stab a cow. Like, there just isn't one. There's not one I've heard anyway. So yeah, and it's not a case of, oh, you need to think that the cow and the dog and the human are like all equal or anything like that. It's just that where is the argument that they are below this threshold whereby it's justified to pay for their babies to be taken from them, their throats to be slit, them to be put in gas chambers. I cannot see it, because they are also subjects. They're also sentient beings. So that would be the most compelling ethical one. As for the environment, animal agriculture, if we think of the trophic pyramid, we think of trophic levels. When you have a consumer, you are obviously using resources. So if we have these primary consumers consuming all this food, we have 70+ billion land animals on the planet currently who are farmed in animal agriculture. They are using resources. They are using our clean water. They are using, the crops. They are needing land. It's a huge contributor to ocean dead zones, deforestation, habitat loss, species extinction. So if you have an issue with, the things that are happening in our environment, then my gosh, like, animal agriculture is such a massive factor. And I would finally say as well, if we're concerned with zoonotic diseases, I think it's the CDC reports that over 70% of the diseases that we see today are zoonotic. So they have come from an animal that's passed it on to an animal that's passed it on to us. So that's also like a massive concern. I don't want to, I don't like getting ill. Basically, nobody likes getting ill. And yeah, we have such a large proportion when we have all these animals in tight spaces coming together, and we're paying into that. There's more risk for disease to spread. So yeah, I would say that's a compelling argument as well.
So we have the three there. That was zoonotic diseases and environmental concerns, and then the ethical hypocrisy of saying, well, we love dogs and cats, and we eat pigs and cows, and somehow it's a completely arbitrary distinction between these two groups. At the very least, eat everything. Eat people.
Be Jeffrey Dahmer. Yeah, at the very least, to be consistent, I'd be Jeffrey Dahmer, or just respect the negative rights of animals as you would humans. Either way, it's up to you. Very, very tough to decide between the two. I don't know which one, But
people love their pets more than they love some humans. So most humans.
That's true.
So like, yeah, why wouldn't you eat them? I mean,
I would eat people before I'd eat animals.
What's the argument against eating people?
I'll only eat a living creature that has pissed me off royally. That's my thing. Only a living creature that has really just pushed my limits, pushed my buttons. I'll eat them.
You got to remember,
it's mostly people that do that.
I am the extreme one because I'm saying don't do any of it.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, the people in my comment section who are genuinely like, Jeffrey Dahmer did nothing wrong. They're like, people are like, oh yeah, no, that's my G right there, and I'm like, wow.
Right.
Okay.
That means you have to cut the head off your food and then masturbate onto its decapitated head.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
That's Jeffrey
very
Dahmer.
based, very
special,
delicious.
Oof. Special sauce.
It's nutrient dense. Dense. Yeah, absolutely.
Jesus Christ, what kind of show is this?
Terrible. Don't subscribe to wherever this is. I don't know.
None of these are suggestions, by the way. We're not
they're obligations.
Wall Street traders. We're not giving you financial advice.
Especially not financial advice. Yeah.
We're not doctors. So Joaquin, you want to read some chat messages out while I go?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it has just kind of been back and forth with our buddy Boris here, and nothing against the guy, I definitely don't want to give him way too much attention, but there are people out there in every walks of life, in every opinionated discussion that are just belligerently adhering to a singular statement without providing any information that supports their initial statement here. So Boris started out strong with vegans are dumb, articulate, really thought-filled statement there to open it up, and a few people were just like, hey, whatever, dude, you're not right. There were other people that Notorious Pam is really engaging with Boris here, claiming that non-vegans are speciesist, which is not inclusive or tolerant of animals. Boris likes to point out that he's being included and we're being tolerant on a live show, which Boris, you're pointing out traits of humanity here, man. A lot of people will take the high ground and throw their hands in the air and say, oh, I'm the right and you're the wrong. And if you oppose me, then, fuck you. If you don't chew big red gum, then fuck you. But he's attaching that to vegans specifically, which is, it's not the most articulate argument or response here. And yeah, I just tried to shower him in love, and that was it. So I guess the most recent comments are Boris, okay, take the moral high ground. Everybody else is dumb and live in darkness. Bye. So he's gone.
Can you notice, right? Can I just say the trolls, they do that. So they begin it with a certain thing, then they turn it around and accuse it. He began the whole thing, right, by saying that vegans are dumb. And then he said that we've taken the moral high ground. Oh, yeah, right. Oh, everyone else is just dumb then. It's like the accusation began with you.
Make up your mind.
And I'm sorry.
I had...
Sorry, go on.
No, I've had this happen before where it's like, you fucking vegans think you're so high and mighty. I said, no, this is not why we do it, because we know we're not high and mighty. We know because we're like equal with all other living creatures. This is not why, oh, you think you're so high and mighty.
There's two things to that. Firstly, if anyone thinks they're superior, it's the person who, if they're conscious of what they're doing and they come to me and they're trying to justify what they're doing, a lot of the time they'll say, oh, well, humans are superior. And they'll give that as a justification. So obviously you think you're on some sort of high ground if you're claiming that we're superior to them and that they mean so little, that their bodies can be part of your sandwich, that you could have acquired a filler for, by plant means. They must mean so little. You must think you're so much more if you're consciously thinking about that decision and trying to defend it. And secondly, if we clearly don't think we are so superior in that regard, but on moral grounds, if you have two people in a vacuum, one stabs people and the other doesn't, in that respect, they are morally superior. That's it. Or let's analogize it properly. If they pay someone to stab someone, then and then another person doesn't, then in that way, what can you say except that is a morally superior thing to do? I don't know what you would call it really, but I don't think I'm so, the sun shines out my bumhole. There's so many ways you can be a good person, or just not bad, and this is just one of the ways. That's all.
Well, it's like what's really radical is like saying, like, obviously ethics are subjective, and that's an unfortunate thing. You're on this big blue ball spinning out in the middle of space. Nothing really makes sense. There's not, but we do have ethics and we do have morals, and the morals are quite clear when it says, like, if you fucking torture somebody, that's not cool, man. Or if you bully somebody for fun or whatever. So there's this like baseline thing. And so I think when people make comments like that and they go, you vegans are all fucking insane assholes, in reality, it's like there's some deep-seated insecurity there, right? Mm-hmm. Yes, Joaquin, go ahead.
But I feel like a lot of these like unsupported claims are really just pointing out human traits. You're judgmental. You're taking the moral high ground, and it's like, yeah, it doesn't matter. If I watch NASCAR or F1 and I hate the other stupid, it's like humans. I think it was Doug that said it, but like it was you. Subjective. Morals are subjective, and opinions are based on subjective things. But do I think that vegans are morally superior to omnivores? No, I think a lot of them think they are. Do I think that omnivores or carnivores are morally superior to to anybody else? And I will say, like, using Boris as an example, there are a lot of people out there that are not vegans who think that vegans are dumb. And I feel like, based on Boris's comments here, like, oh, you guys are only eating salad. I mean, anything can be a salad. Fucking look at a taco salad. That has ground beef in it, right?
Can I?
Anything can be a salad.
Can I push back on?
And I mentioned eating quinoa salad. That had quinoa. That had onions, limes, olive oil, quinoa. Wait, I said quinoa. I did quadruple. Anyways,
how much quinoa are you eating? Jesus,
dude, I ate a lot of quinoa. I'm gonna say, like, the turds that came out of me were 90% quinoa, 90%. But it's delicious, and that's why I eat it. And so that's
all right. So, vegan gays, please. I mean, what do you say?
Can I just push back on something you said there? So I'm just trying to figure out. So, say in a vacuum, we have you just two, person A, person B. We don't really know much about them. Everything's equal. All you know is that one person has paid someone to kill 100 puppies, and the other person, when given the option, they refuse to do so. In which one would you say is like morally superior on just that alone?
That's a subjective question. Like, if I was Cruella DeVille, I'd be like, the motherfucker that hired the person to kill the puppies that made my coat, they're the right person.
I'm asking you.
But if I was
I'm asking
me?
You.
Yeah.
Because you said
if they're in a vacuum,
you don't think.
So me.
Yeah.
And this is a smart ass answer here. Let's preface this. If they're
I'm
in a
get
vacuum,
my boo ready.
Dead. They're not paying anybody. They're fucking dead. They're in a vacuum. Both of them are dead. I'm morally superior now.
No. No, sorry. So I'm talking hypothetically. It was so that you'd actually answer the question, because people.
I understand.
Yeah. So
nice try.
Yeah, nice try. Okay, we're not doing that. Like,
so
hypothetically.
Here's the thing. You talk to somebody who is afraid of dogs, or maybe people who live in a different region.
I'm asking you. No. Okay. No.
Stop deflecting.
Oh,
just to be clear.
So my subjective answer. Answer, the person who is morally superior in that situation, and I think the way that this question is formulated is really to point out the fact that no fucking monster would support the person who paid somebody to kill 100 puppies.
Yeah,
so from anybody's perspective, I think that the person who didn't pay to kill 100 puppies is in the moral high ground.
That's the only reason I was asking it was because you said, do I think that vegans are morally superior here? No. So that's why I put that, frame that, because it's like, well, it's the same, like we have a group of people who are actively boycotting industries that pay into animals being killed. So it was to test whether or not you actually thought, okay, in that context, like, of course there can be vegans who are horrible people or do like morally wrong things, but on the grounds of being vegan versus not, like, I don't know what you'd say other than that is a morally superior action to take.
Yeah, and okay, so, and I say that, you know, morals are subjective. I think the majority of the human race, when faced with the reality of, you know, hey, we're slaughtering animals, like, first of all, they're raised and bred in captivity. They are subjected to horrible treatments. Like the beef that I buy off the shelf was tortured its whole life, essentially, and you know, taken advantage of and exploited for the resources as we see it, and not treated like a living, breathing entity. When a lot of humanity is faced with that, they turn out like people like Boris, who are, you know, immediately go to denial, and they're like, no, this is vegan propaganda, this is bullshit, there's no way that we're this fucking horrible and atrocious. But I think the majority of people, when they look at situations like that, are gonna be like, this is fucking terrible. And I think that's why we have I'm gonna say more humane but still shitty, you know, hey, we're grass-fed beef, free range chickens. It's like you're still breeding and raising tons of these animals and slaughtering them. I
should raise my hand. I should interject that there are ag-gag laws which make it illegal to film inside of these slaughterhouses for a reason, because the general public would probably fucking not like it.
And yeah, here in the UK, we don't have these ag laws, and I go to these farms, and these labels are put on to comfort the consumer. But I'm telling you now, I have been to many farms. I've been to ones that supply supermarkets. I've been to free range local, you know, organic farms. They are dreadful. You find corpses of animals in bins. You find animals with injuries. You find like deformed animals. You find their bodies just put in bins. It's just horrendous. And yeah, as you say, like, you know, most people would look at that and think that's terrible. And the arguments that they would come up with would also apply to other animals they wouldn't do that to, or would apply to human beings, who are also animals. So yeah, it's scary.
So I did want to give a shout out. Jesse Mills, you just joined the chat. How you doing, bud?
Hello.
Hey, how you guys doing? We're doing our vegan chat, and then we're going to move on. Jesse's going to tell us stories after this and regale us with his tales of living the hobo life with me. Yeah. Oh, and check your mic, man. Your mic's a little funny. Maybe we'll get you.
Is it funny? Maybe I'll turn the VPN off. Am I stuttering or what?
No, you're not stuttering. It's just like the mic is a little low. That's all. Joaquin, go ahead.
I can't do much about that. I can go like this.
Yeah, that'll work. That should work.
Is that better?
It's a little better. We're gonna make it work. Okay. Did you raise your hand, Joaquin?
I did, yeah. And Vegan Gays, you made a excellent point that a lot of these stickers, organic, non-GMO, farm raised, you know, humanely sourced and stuff like that. It is just bullshit marketing and propaganda to put people at ease. You're buying from the same tank essentially when you get these things, but you're paying more for the for the sticker. It's garbage. I also have to come back at Boris. I haven't read the whole chat here, but he's like, I think I've influenced you a queen. He's either he's either being an asshole or he really is dumber than I gave him credit for. Because my name is literally in the chat. You can just reference that for the correct spelling. First of all. Second of all, dude, I got over being hurt by people mispronouncing and misusing my name like 4th grade, I think. So it's fine. It's funny. I've never seen somebody phonetically spell a lot of the mispronunciations I've already fucking had with my name, but that's cool. Boris, glad you're here, Boris. Thank you.
Look, I'll say this. He asked a question. I want to pass it to Vegan Gays. That he said, what does he say? How does dairy and eggs harm animals? It's a good question.
Okay, so dairy is arguably one of the most horrendous industries that, like, especially like in the UK or anywhere like that. It's absolutely awful. So we begin with dairy. So dairy, obviously, it's milk. It's a secretion from a mammal for their babies, just like human beings. So there is typically a baby present. But we want that milk, don't we? So what happens to the babies? The babies get taken away from their mums. And you can read this paper called The Psychology of Cows. It talks about the effect that it has on a cow to have their babies taken away from them. They have repeated babies taken away from them over the course of their life. I have never been a mother, but if I were a mother, the thought of having a baby taken away from me is probably the most petrifying concept in the world. And it's no different for another mammal. It's a biological imprint to bond with your baby. And to just think we're so special that we're the only ones who bond with our animals, with our babies. It's just weird, especially when we can accept it when we watch like the National Geographic, a video on, babies and their mums out in the wild. So yeah, they have their babies taken away from them. If they're male, they cannot produce milk, so often they will be killed as babies. That is what we call veal. There are different types, like different types of calves in the process of being killed. Some are sent off because before, obviously, a cow, to get pregnant, for them to get pregnant, there needs to be semen, which is usually it's an electrical ejaculator that's used on a bull. Obviously, they can't give consent, so they are being electrically ejaculated. Do they want that? Fuck? I don't know.
And then website for that?
What?
Yeah, you got an Amazon link for that?
Right. But yeah, anyway, if you want that, then go off. Hell yeah. But no, they obviously can't consent to that. And then for the female, an arm, you've probably seen it, the entire fist of a farmer is inserted into their anus to stimulate their cervix. Then yeah, you've probably seen the videos. That's what they're doing. They're impregnating them with the semen, so artificial insemination. They then have these babies, and because they're selectively bred to overproduce milk, they end up with things like laminitis, the increase of somatic cells and like pus. So they end up with a lot of painful injuries as a result. And yeah, when they can no longer produce milk, if they become a downer cow where they're so exhausted they can't even stand up anymore, then they're killed and they're put into cheap burgers. So it's absolutely harming them to consume dairy. As for eggs, 50% of the chicks who are born are male. Male chicks can't lay eggs, so they are put into a macerator, which is a massive blender, on the first day of their life. You may have seen the conveyor belts. Then the hens who lay eggs, they're only supposed to naturally, before we started selectively breeding them, lay about a maximum of 15 eggs a year, similar to the cycle of a human. They don't have the same reproductive system as us because they're birds. They have a cloaca, which is a butt, anus and a vagina in one. Which would be very handy, but yeah, they're selectively bred to produce about 300 eggs a year, so that causes a lot of issues for them health-wise because, similarly for a human being to expel an egg, it's a lot of nutrients that are coming away from your body. So yeah, they can end up with health problems as a result. And obviously, when they can no longer produce eggs, what happens to them? And they're put in these conditions, even when it's free range, they just shove more chickens into, the facility. And yeah, they're not supposed to be producing that many anyway. We've bred them to have these health issues. So that's why it harms chickens to have it.
I will say this, that the jungle fowl that comes from chickens, they traditionally would lay maybe 2 to 10 eggs a year. The modern chicken, which comes from it, can do 200 to 300. So yeah, it's already a monstrosity of like breeding.
Overproduction, yeah.
So Boris, your question, it harms it. And I told my cousin a few weeks ago about cheese and rennet and how that all worked. And when I found out, I was blown away about the stomach and everything. And it's one of these unbelievably true facts.
Yeah, horrifying. just when you think you've heard it all of what we do to animals, then then you hear something else and you're like, oh my God, that is just disgraceful.
It's like they find new ways to make things horrible. Yeah. Like exotic foods where the monkey eats the coffee beans and then shits them out. You know that there's a farm somewhere where people are chained up and taking, Oh yeah, Doug, what's up?
Oh, I was just gonna say I gotta head out. Heading to Denver today for a warehouse party.
Ooh.
Nice.
Dude, call us from the warehouse party, man.
Nice. Call us from the warehouse, bro.
That's like a few hours. If you're still on in like 3 hours or 2 hours, I'll be can call you in.
All right.
Thanks for having me on. I'll check the show out online.
Come back next week.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
All right. So Jesse, he was there and then he left again. He's probably still watching. So buddy, whenever you get a chance, come on back. We'll have a chat with you. So any other thing in the chat? Oh, you got somebody behind you mixing your cocktails. That's nice.
Yeah, I bred a little mini-me. He's doing my shaker for me.
Jesse Mills. Jesse, did you have any questions for our vegan guest?
Yeah, just one question. It's kind of mundane. I was wondering if you could explain it succinctly, what is a good microwave or bachelor style meal that you can make that's vegan, that you can make on a daily basis and not get sick of? What is the macaroni and cheese? What is the craft dinner of veganism?
I mean, luckily for me in the UK, we have these pre-packaged meals, but I'm imagining, just throw some,
really?
throw some
they're expensive here.
Here they're like the same sort of. Sorry, I'm just trying to. Oh, there we go.
Probably.
Yeah, I'm quite lazy, so a lot of things go into the microwave, to be honest. Beans. Put beans in the microwave and mix them with
You could just put beans in the microwave.
I do. Are you not supposed to? Oh, you don't have. Well, I put beans in the microwave, but mainly baked beans. But that's not really a thing in the US, is it?
Yeah. Well, I used to be home bummy, so I know about baked beans, bushes.
Yeah, if you're just gonna be someone
little piece of pork that small, for sure.
Yeah, if you're just gonna be someone who does
write somebody a letter.
If you be someone who just has microwave meals, then obviously you're quite limited.
No, I have an Instant Pot, so I try to eat. I discovered the miracle of whole grain brown rice over the past year. And I read a crazy book because I like crazy books about weird people. And the guy who played Face on the A-Team wrote a book about how he had cancer, or he was diagnosed with some crazy type of disease. And so he went on a macrobiotic diet, an extreme macrobiotic diet. And one of the things he constantly stresses in there is rice should not have the grain removed from it or be altered in any way. So to be able to get rice that has, it's like the equivalent of, I feel like really good wheat bread or something.
Yeah.
So I make these gigantic pots of brown rice, and you can mix anything with rice. It's like oatmeal. It's a base.
Yeah, I think that's the way to go. You throw some kidney beans in that mofo. You got
Something
yourself
like that.
right.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what I subsist off anyway. I mean, vegan guys, what do you eat on a weekly basis? What's a common meal?
To be honest, just the same as it used to be, nuggets, burgers. I've had a burger today.
That's awesome.
Yeah. We have lots of vegan options in the UK, so we're very lucky. But from what I've seen in the States, there are those options as well.
I live in LA, so there's no lack of options. It's just to save money, you always want to have, a pot. You want to have a pot you can eat the leftovers the next day or two.
Pretty
I get
much.
soups from Amazon,
well,
and I throw them in rice.
Just giving Jeff Bezos your money. Oh, we lost him again.
Oh, we lost him.
Well, I mean,
but if you want to save your money, literally, there are people who make burgers from things like oats and rice and beans. The cheap. You can make cheap, enjoyable things from plant-based foods. So yeah, even those burgers.
But that's not you. You don't do that. You're
no, I'm just give me the pre-packaged burger from the shop. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
I'm lazy.
No, I had to learn to cook, man. I had to do my cooking business where I don't want to leave my house because I hate people, and so I have to learn how to make pizzas come to me.
I like you.
I seriously, it was everything. I had to stop drinking beer because I had too many cans to take back to the place. So I just bought scotch and started drinking that. Yeah, so I'm in-house. I'm doing like gourmet pizzas. So if you ever come to Germany, I'll set you up really nice.
I was in Berlin in March.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Why?
I had to do outreach, and I was going with my brother. So
outreach,
like vegan outreach. Yeah, it was just
okay.
to meet some people, and yeah, that was cool. A good vegan
What'd you
scene.
think?
Yeah.
What'd you think of German culture? Were you like little?
It was really cool, but like, you know, the stereotype that they're very like cold and they can come across as quite rude. I did kind of experience that, and I was like, okay, this might just be like, this might not actually be rude. It just might be a different kind of way of speaking that they don't, you know, in the UK we have very vague pleasantries that might not actually be pleasant. We're just very passive aggressive, you know, like, oh hi, how are you, you know, fuck, yeah, you're like, but you're like doing it like oh. But like I think maybe Germans are more like honest. I don't know.
I have no reason to hate you or dislike you, so I will just treat you, you know, very even and neutral. This is I live here, dude. They're not bad people. They're actually quite calm and relaxed and nice and mostly intelligent. More than Americans. Americans are like violent, boisterous. Americans will either love you and hug you and invite you to come inside and like, you can eat my dinner and fuck my sister, or they hate you and they want to kill you because they just don't like the cut of your jib or something. So, but yeah, Germany's a bit. I want to come to the UK one day because I like the stuff that comes from there. I don't know.
When people say they want to come to UK, I'm just like, why?
Don't.
Like why? Like why? I don't get it. Yeah.
Isn't there? What's wrong? What's wrong with the UK right now?
Don't talk to me about this. Everything's wrong with. Like no, our buildings are just. I ranted about this in my last video. Actually, it's annoying me that much. We just have terrible buildings. They can't deal with the cold. They can't deal with the heat. Like we're charged out the backside when it comes to gas and everything like that. It's just grey. It's grey. And everyone, you know, but it has good things, you know, free healthcare. You know, our voices are quite sweet, I suppose.
Step up. Yeah. I mean, I read things too, like cracking down on climate activists, calling them terrorists. And stuff.
We have many terrorists here. Yes, of course, terrorists. You know, going out and you know trying to you know change the impending doom of the climate change.
Don't you love how radical the idea of clean air and clean water is?
It's very radical. Yeah.
It's so radical that we should be locked away forever for even suggesting.
Sadly, is that radical? You know, because everything is just a product of. Will this break down in 500 years? No, it won't. Make it anyway, and sell it to the people as the only option. There we go. Very radical.
God. And you also brought up, of course, Piers Morgan, which I saw today. I just saw his pudgy little face, and it just made me so mad that I can hardly control myself. So it's good that I can talk face to face with you, and we can commiserate on the kind of evil, like pure evil there is in the world.
Yeah, it's funny because I made my video on this chef, and I said this guy reminds me of Piers Morgan. And like it was uploaded the day after the Piers Morgan thing, but I filmed it quite a few days before. So it was like, oh, of course Piers would want to talk to this ding dong because they are cut from the same cloth. Like absolute ding dong. So of course, I wasn't even shocked.
Well, so what was the story there? Just tell people briefly about what was this chef, right?
Yeah, so this chef apparently has a history of just throwing hissy fits when customers give feedback that he's not happy with, which I'm sorry, like, I've worked in hospitality. If you are not happy with customers being upset with you, do not work in hospitality because they'll tell you more than anywhere else there that they're not happy. But anyway, essentially, this vegan emailed ahead 3 weeks before Piers. 3 weeks before dining. She just asked if he would be able to accommodate a vegan, and he gave these options. But when the day came to it, he didn't actually accommodate her, and she spent 32 Australian dollars on just essentially just this crap vegetable basic dish. So she just, emailed them again after her experience to say, look, I don't think that was very fair. You said you could accommodate me and you didn't. I think you probably should accommodate vegans. I don't see your business lasting, with all these changes. And he just said, oh, well, you can take your shitty opinion, shitty review and tell everybody about it. All you vegans are banned. And then she shared her experience, and then vegans started leaving 1-star reviews. As people do, if they find out that a chef, they don't like their attitude, it's the culture now that even if you haven't dined there because you don't like the person, like they did with Amy's Baking Company from Gordon Ramsay, just, flood it with 1-star reviews. So then he was like, right, due to mental health reasons, I'm banning all vegans. As if vegans would be the only people who would have a problem with his attitude. And yeah, so then now there's been vegans protesting outside of his restaurant, and that's kind of and he broke up with his girlfriend because the stress was too much. As he's blaming vegans for breaking up with his girlfriend, because apparently she was having breakdowns and he just couldn't take it because on top of that, he just sounds like a bit, right?
You know how
we have a word in Britain, wanker. Like he just sounds
wanker.
Like, yeah, it just honestly just
bloody wanker.
Yeah, it just sounds like a bit of a twat.
And who picks this up as fucking nationwide news? Like, oh yeah, this is totally crucial, important story. We're gonna invite this guy on. No, this is obviously Piers Morgan and all of his little cronies and weirdo friends. They have invested interest in the meat industry. They wouldn't be simping for something so hard if it wasn't,
Yeah, it's either that or it's, obviously when you feel guilty about something, you become very invested in it. Like it's very, very hard, like as a human. And the average person does it a few times in their life where they'll be able to just say, you know what, I have been wrong this entire time, and people around me have been wrong. It doesn't really mean I did the best that I could with the knowledge that I had, but now I'm going to change. But that whole process is such a taxing one for the psyche. Everything in our mind, we're creatures of habit. Everything in our mind is like, look, I don't want to change this. Push. Come on. And that's why people come up with all these excuses, So maybe he's just he does have a problem with it, but he doesn't want to. He's a very egotistical man, is our peers. Maybe he just doesn't want to accept he's wrong.
It's just like stemmed in, a deep, whatever, closed-mindedness, right? Mm-hmm. Whatever, where some people are just open-minded and willing to change, and other people just aren't. It's not going to happen. Hey, bro, welcome back. Check your mic. Make sure that you're coming in louder because it's like super quiet. Maybe just like put the phone on your face and just press it as hard as you can onto the. Not you, Joaquin.
That wasn't even my phone. But hello. Hello.
It's nice and loud now.
Yeah.
No, it's
What's going on in the chat, Joaquin?
I was just catching up. I think the last thing that I read was you giving Boris Negra-Rosa a peaceable send-off, but he was very upset, and I think a big part of that is really kind of tied into what you guys were just talking about. He just is stuck in his opinions, and there's literally nothing that anybody could do or say or challenge him to do himself that would get him away from his opinions. Unfortunately, it may take some catastrophic life event to change his mind, but then if he switches over to veganism, you guys will have a fucking diehard ride till he dies homie that will challenge everybody to the most ignorant debate anyone has ever had.
Yeah, I'll be Boris's friend if he goes vegan and maybe stops calling me stupid.
Yeah. All right. Well, he also said people have been eating eggs for how many digits is that, bro? That's like
I think that's like 10 billion years is what he put up there, which is kind of silly, Boris. If you understand anything about the planet first and then evolution after that.
Also, may I respond to anytime someone says we've been doing this for insert here years, can I just, why do you even say that? Do you know what we've also been doing for murder, pillaging?
Exactly. It doesn't make it okay.
No.
Like that's more of an argument to not do that shit.
Yeah,
Honestly.
it's like now we should know better.
Christ.
Jesus.
Sorry for interrupting you there.
No,
but that's she's right, dude. It's always the thing. They say, well, we've been doing this. Like slavery was just a thing that we were just doing. That's your traditions. Like they're always arguing, well, it's a tradition.
If you've been doing it like, for 4,000 years, there's the threshold. It's like, oh, actually, we've been doing this for a long time now, so it's actually completely fine. Like, what do they think it's doing?
You know, and it really gets tricky, though, because you want to respect, like, indigenous people, and they kill beluga whales in the Inuit community, but I'm still fucking against it. I don't care if you're, minority group or whatever. If you're killing animals, change your traditions, change your culture, change the way that we're doing things. It can be done. And when 70% of the wildlife has left the earth since the year 1900, we need to back the fuck off of wildlife. So maybe I know that your forefathers did it and everything. Beluga whales are incredibly intelligent, really cool. I saw a video of one bringing somebody's iPhone that they dropped out of the water. I saw one playing football with another one. These are intelligent, wonderful water dogs. They're water dogs. Shouldn't be doing that. So anyway, somebody else says Google beaver vanilla, which I think we all know what that's about.
Yeah, the anal gland. Yeah.
Yeah. Delicious. Which is, I mean, it's the best when you can get it fresh right out of the.
Oh yeah.
Boris Negarosa says comparing slavery. Your chat's gonna hate me. They're gonna be like, this guy is sick. Comparing slavery with consuming eggs must come from a vegan brain for sure.
Right.
Thoughts?
Oh, for God's sake. It's funny because when you talk to quite an honest non-vegan about when they start the debate before things kind of fall apart, they say, oh, one day this will be looked back on in comparison to like slavery or like given Holocaust, that they can accept it, but then as soon as a vegan says it, like it's the end of it's just horrible. It's just like, well, yes, it has some similarities, absolutely. What do you want me to tell you? Oh no, it's nothing like it. It's nothing like it when you confine animals and exploit their bodies and use them and then kill them. It's got nothing there that's kind of like, oh, that's similar.
Yeah.
And it's the argumentation that people use to justify it is the same argumentation that they use for other bigoted behaviors or things that have happened, especially throughout history, that people see as something that's so horrible. And then, may I just say, people wonder, they look back and they see these people and think, oh my God, how did the people in that society just let that happen? And it's like, hello. By doing exactly what the average person does now, which is nothing. That's why bad things just carry on. Like if you are so like, oh my God, back then I would have done something about, before the suffragettes had to come along and get women's rights, before slavery had to be abolished, even though more slavery happens today. But anyway, like if you really think you'd be that person, then you'd be a person today that stands against things that we see as socially wrong but cannot morally justify. If you're not, then you wouldn't probably be that person in that relative context.
Yeah. No, I think that's a short-sighted thing where people go, I didn't live through slavery, so and if I did, it would be culturally acceptable, so I would just accept it. Because people rarely step out of line. It was like well-behaved women rarely make history. It's like you have to workers' rights. We had to fight to get those. It's not like the industrialists just handed it to us. They were people died. People died in union strikes and shit.
That's a good
What's
point.
Up, Grilled Cheese?
He's just eating 2 pieces of toast, double fisting with one hand. He's efficient.
Let's go.
That's a great point, dude. Like the oppressors are usually never the ones to be like, all right, we really fucked up here. We're gonna give you some rights here. Like the farmers, the people who profit off of livestock are not going to be like, all right, we've been doing this for long enough. We'll give some freedoms and rights back. Like,
no, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah,
it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
There needs to be some like sociological disruption for that to happen.
Yeah, we can't just hold our breath, people. Jesse, what's up, buddy?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Am I in the loud this time?
Well, you're loud enough, I guess. Not really.
Okay, I'll be louder. I'll be Rodney Dangerfield. Sam Kinison.
Yeah. Wait, let me see your microphone. Is it plugged in and everything? You got it up to your face?
You just said I was loud.
Put it in your mouth. Yeah. See what?
Hello? I can talk like this the whole time, like I'm Dick Tracy. Yeah.
Like I'm Dick Tracy.
Dick Tracy
reference. That's a 1991 reference for the old people, the Dick Tracy shit.
But you're wonderful. I got to do Jesse's thing because I know he's waited all week to want to come on here and tell some stories. But if you'll hang out, if you want, I don't make commentary. We can boo him, whatever you want to do.
I don't want so much booing.
Well, I've got to do a couple of things before my live stream ends, and then my supermarket shop comes. But yeah, this is the segment. I really appreciate you having me on. And if you want me to come on at any point, if you got people want to talk veganism, maybe want to debate, then I'm your gal. I'm your gal.
Okay. Well, as long as you promise to come back and do it again, then that's good enough for me.
Well, yeah. Thank you. It was really nice meeting you all.
Yeah, I'll be following you on all the platforms now.
It's good to meet you as well. Thank you.
I'll be seeing you.
Everybody, Vegan Gays, go check her out on her channels. I'm going to leave some links later. She's one you can easily Google her. YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, etc. Thanks again. You're wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Cheers.
See you later.
Ciao.
Ciao. Based. There we go. Sorry, I have ignored you all for this entire time. It's horrible when I have to ignore you guys. It is horrible. Oh, goodness. How are we? I feel like I've just... Oh, how are you? My honeys, my darlings. We've had...
Most cult members don't realize they're part of a cult.
Renshaw, become a top-tier salad. Thank you so much. We haven't had a tip today, but Nina did tip 3 days ago.
I'm a lesbian.
Damn.
Nina the lad tipped £5. Can't stand the hypocrisy all around me and need some salad hugs.
Yeah, we could all do with some salad hugs, hey? Yeah, wouldn't that be nice? What's Chris's channel? It's linked down below in the description. I'll be really annoyed if... Yeah, no, it is there. It is here. I've put the link to the video, the live stream. Please go over, check it out. What's the non-vegans in the stream? Oh,
I'm a lesbian.
Veggie Tanuki the lad tipped £10. Damn, Chris was based as fuck. Also, so many coping carnists in the chat today.
Can you not hear
Long.
The TTS? It wasn't... Why no? I'm sick of these technical difficulties. You hear TTS? Okay. That's fine then. If you're hearing it, that's fine. That's fine. I retract my statement. Thank you so much, Veggie Tanuki, for the tip. Come in with a 10 quid. Spotlight. Yeah, coping carnists everywhere. That Boris in the chat really didn't like me, huh? My favourite thing was he came in calling me dumb. And then Kit left, be like, oh yeah, you just think we're dumb. It's like, you're the one who called me dumb, mate. I didn't call you dumb. Then you get up and you get butthurt over something you called me? Damn. I do attract the incels. It's because I'm a femcel, you see. That's what that is. It's fine. It's fine. Incels need love too. But yeah, please check out Chris's. He reached out to me. He does various topics. Joaquin, who was on the screen, is not vegan, and that's his cousin. And yes, being vegan and lesbian is too much to handle. Yeah, it's pretty rude, isn't it? It's pretty not right. Okay. Hold up a little second. I just need to check something. Okay, I think I need to go help my friend with something. So I should probably do that. I'll stay on for like... Oh, I'll see if they want me to. I just need to help them. Bless. But, yeah, I need to do... Look, I need to tell you some news, okay? I've got some good news for you. No, this is a debate. My friend has mobility problems, and I might need to help them with something, okay? They are... I will see. I'll wait till they reply. But look, I've got some good news. Listen to me. Don't get upset, okay? Because I have a free house for quite a few days. So I'm planning during which time to stream more than I usually would. Okay, is it going to be a busy bloody time for me? Yes, it is. Because I've got videos to edit and stuff to do. I think I've got a debate with somebody tomorrow on a live stream. Trying to get other people to debate me because loads of people were just coping so hard on my video with Elwood's organic dog meat. Are you going to host a party? No party, I don't think. No party. I'm too introverted for parties. Blood. Yeah. I'll see all your tattoos sometime. But maybe not all of them. I'm telling you, still to this day, once I hit 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, if I ever do it, I'm getting a salad bowl tattooed on my ass. I'm doing it. But because you won't help me, but you know, you won't do the hard work. Obviously, it's all on you. It's not on me to make good content or anything like that. You know, it's all on you not sharing out my content enough that I don't have 100,000 subscribers. So currently, I don't have a salad bowl tattooed to my ass. What time is this debate tomorrow? Don't know yet. I need to debate Demon Mama. I rewatched that debate recently. She is so dishonest. My bitrate is lower than the recommended. Why? Is it all coming through okay? Because obviously when I reset my PC, I did reset OBS and everything, and it's all been a bit of a shambles since. Show your UV tattoo. I didn't put that in the thumbnail. Don't want to give her the attention. You hit 250 today. My first live. Congratulate me, please. Yeah, well done. Well done. This is Elwood's organic dog meat. Do you like my t-shirt? I got it for free for being such a salad and advocating dog meat to the masses. Oh my god, I got just realising how much I've got to do. Also, I'm on this belt, okay? Because I am a person who experiences burnout terribly. I recognise this pattern, right? I am currently going at 1,000 miles per hour. I'm not thinking, I'm not feeling, I'm just doing. I am doing. And it's really bad, but what it means is in a good 3 months, I will burn out and not be able to do anything for 3 weeks. So what I'm trying to do before that period comes is film so much footage that I don't have to worry if I'm like out of it. So I'm going to be going around the UK. I guess you could call it a tour with activists who are interested. So it costs a shit ton of money in like hotels and stuff, but it's worth it for the outreach and the videos and stuff like that, because like it's a bit harder where I am. There's not like as many activists to do it. So I'm going to be doing like back-to-back days of just like loads of outreach so that I can film it. and have content available like all the time and more outreach stuff. Is Michael going away? Did you talk about the guy who banned vegans? I'd never do that. Garuda, check out my latest video. I did indeed. Are you even a fan, bruh? Are you watching my videos? Come on now. Unbelievable. Yeah. To all forms of ink you're allergic to. That's shit. I'm sure that makes things difficult, right? But yeah, I know there's Jason, I wouldn't be offended if you ate a ribeye. As long as it's from Elwood's Organic Dog Meat, you should be supporting them. Okay, they like man's best meat. Like obviously, dogs are man's best friend, so they're gonna come from a really good source. They just have one bad day. You know, they're free range, local, organic, fresh, never frozen, free from antibiotics, humanely slaughtered, and of course, they were loved before they were killed. So I won't be offended as long as it's coming from a boxer, a Rottweiler, Labrador. There's a range. If you go to the elwooddogmeat.com, you'll be able to find some really delicious types. So no, I wouldn't be offended. You're all right. Yeah, dog meat. Hello. You got a problem with that? Yummy. One bad day, and then they're put in, I mean, I guess you'd call it like a gas chamber, but like they just go to sleep like it didn't happen. Of course, obviously being in a chamber of gas wouldn't be a terrible experience. I don't know where people have had that. Yeah, if it was, I love Elwood's. It's so delicious. So lovely. Oh yeah, Christina, you did mention you're doing with the free. But yeah, if you're an activist in the UK and you need an outreach body and you'd be willing to film some stuff, we could like take it in turns to film each other, then let me know, please. And then I could sort it out. I just can't really go places that are like silly expensive. Like it's just a silly amount to try and travel anywhere. And I don't know how much hotels are, but I'm imagining quite expensive. So I can't like do a crazy amount, but I'm going to try and do it a couple of times at least. And see. Oh, fundraise for your vegan tattoo. I have vegan inspired tattoos. You know, I have this, you can't see because my arms are weird shape, but I also have the pig butcher. You see that? I don't know if you, yeah, dog eggs, Jason. Dog eggs. Not any other eggs, but dog eggs, yes. Delicious. Yeah, transportation is a problem. Yo, Mark. Your arms are arm shape. I don't know. I have quite dysmorphic relationship with my body, so every part of my body doesn't look right. I'm afraid. Everything, I'm like, my elbow looks weird. Like, it does just look weird to me. My hands look weird to me. It's just all weird. So I can't even tell you if it's normal or not, I'm afraid. Bridget Bard? Who's that? Bridget Bard? Am I a bad gay for not knowing that? I'm not very good with names. Look at her face. Former French actress, singer, runner. See, I'm not into blonde hair as much as I am darker shades. Sorry. I'm being serious. That was a real question. Yeah, dog eggs. No, we don't eat eggs. Eggs mean that, like, firstly, half of the chicks born are put into a blender the first day of their life because they're male and cannot lay eggs. And then, yeah, with eggs, naturally, before chickens were selectively bred and become the chickens they are today, they would lay a maximum of 15 eggs a year. Now they lay about up to 300 eggs a year. So that's an immense stress on their body. We have, when you look at the animals that we breed into existence today, they are just bred with complete, like, deformities, health issues. It's just screwed. So definitely wouldn't eat eggs. It's exploitative, and of course, when they don't lay eggs anymore, what happens to them? They're killed like they mean nothing. Damn, shouldn't have bleached my hair. Yep. You should obviously appeal only to my standards. Okay, that's it. Your body is not your own. Okay. You should do exactly what I find attractive and nothing else, of course. Absolutely. Dog nuggets. I did have blonde hair. I did. And I'm sorry. Like, tell me if I'm wrong, Fresh. But I look better with dark hair. Definitely. Definitely. I might appeal to your standards. I mean, everyone in this chat appeals to my standards right now because my standards for dating at the moment are stay away from me. Like, leave me be. I got shit to do and you're mean to me, so leave me be. Those are my standards. Like, just, if you cannot be tender with my tender soul, stay away. That's my standard. That's my boundary. Okay, so you're doing a really good job because I don't see any of you physically. You know what I mean? I have to go search for blonde Ellie now. Yeah, it's not. I had, like, blonde hair like a year and a half ago. There's loads of, like, debates where I have blonde hair. It's not a vibe. It's not the one. I miss pink hair. I did have pink hair, yeah. I did a very long time ago, post-mortem, yeah. They're just simping. Well, probably. I'm a simp, they're a simp. It do be like that. I'm tender, yeah, same. Tender. The world is too harsh for me. So I'd be left alone and do my own thing, to be honest. I want to see a fake meat burger and see if you really like it. What do you mean? I mean, I've eaten a burger today, like a vegan one. We have, like, plant-based burgers that are very, like, hyper-realistic. But do you mean, like, lab-grown meat? But yeah, I love that burgers are, like, my favourite. I order from this place called Hank's in Norwich all the time. And they have like a vegan chicken burger, but then they have the vegan... So they have, like, a double patty one. And you can get vegan bacon, vegan cheese. It's just lovely. I wouldn't have to fake it, but if you want to buy it for me, Jason, yeah, all right, let's go. And I'll be like, oh, yeah, thank you so much. Oh, thank you for paying me to do this because it's so difficult for me to do. I don't have to pretend, Jason. I fucking love burgers. I love hot dogs. I'm iffy about pizza. Never been massive on it. But yeah, basically, like, pies. I'm getting a pie tonight. No, let me go through my order with you, okay? Let me see. Okay. Because I don't know what I've bought. It could be anything. View my order. When's it coming?
Yes, hello. Hello, please. Give me the order. Give me the order. Yes. Yes, I want to see what's in it. I want to see what's in my order, please. This is fucking helpful, isn't it? Just show me what I've ordered, please. Show me what I've ordered, please. Show me. You're fucking helpful. Right, hold on. I'm gonna get my email. Not being helpful to me. Come on, Asta! Yeah, come on. Right. I got chicken-free burgers. I've got watercress and spinach rocket salad. Okay, there's a salad there. I got vegan pesto. Well, it's all, I don't know why I say vegan for all these things. Of course they're going to be vegan. Orange crispy slices. S'mores brownies. I got these little sweets called milk bottles. They look like little milk bottles. I got some sausages, some baked beans, honeycomb chocolate slab. Got little porridge packets. Got roast chicken crisps. I got some jam, love. Got some goji berries. Got pickled silver skin onions. Yes! Let's go! Got some strawberries. Got no beef burgers. Some yogurt. Lettuce. Oh my god, lettuce. Oh my god. Little did you know, this was all lettuce. I've got Japanese-inspired no chicken yakitori. Don't know what it is, but I'm going to be eating it. I've got some cress. Cress slaps. I'm going to make some scrambled tofu and cress sandwiches. Let's go. Chicken and mushroom pie. Steak-style strips. High in protein. Chicken dippers. And some lemon yogurts. It sounds like a pretty normal order, doesn't it? Only it's all vegan. Yummy! Yummy! I cannot wait. Cannot wait. Have a great time. Oh, truffle mayo. Oh, don't stop. Don't stop it right now. Stop it. That's so naughty. It's very naughty what you just did there. Don't do that. S'mores brownies. Like, come on. Jason, my man. That sounded all pretty decent, right? Come on. Behave. Pineapple belongs in my belly. That's disgusting. Jamie, I respected you. And I thought you respected me. And then you say shit like that. It's just unbelievable. Just, I don't know. Just take your crappy opinions on pineapples and don't bring it here. That's all I ask. You know what I mean? No, Jason! You're not a pineapple on pizza person. Jason! Sounds like diabetes. Yeah, but delicious, isn't it? Jason, you were telling me, right, that I bet I wouldn't enjoy a burger. And now it's like, oh, it tastes like diabetes. What do you think? You think I'm eating a burger for health? What do you want from me, Jason? What do you want? Do you want to be a health guru who doesn't eat burgers, or what? I don't know what you want from me. I really don't. I'm just lost. All right. I think we're done for the day, are we? If we get to 50 likes before I leave, I will leave this public for everybody. Okay, Jason. Well, thank you for being here, okay? It's all right. It's all right. But if you ever want to come on and talk to me personally, vocally, about veganism,
my email. I think it's in the description. Yeah, direct me link, I think. If not, it's just my YouTube name at gmail.com. I don't know what you mean by fake burger, Jason. A plant-based burger isn't fake, it's still a burger. Like, what do you mean by fake burger? Do you mean like one made from Play-Doh? Because that's obviously like not edible. It's not a burger. But if you're talking about a round disc minced up inside, you know, typically a bun, then it's a burger. It's not fake. It's real, isn't it? But why would I, when you say real burger, I'm assuming you mean one made of corpse, right? Why would I do that? Why the bloody hell would I do that? I really hope you don't get diabetes. I don't know why you'd say that. But thank you for the hope. I'm sure I'll be alright, but thank you, Jason. I'm pretty sure I've cut out a lot of the foods that are associated with diabetes as well, so should be alright. Yeah. I think I'll be alright. Yeah, one more like and the stream will stay public. Because I'm feeling generous. I want to say thank you so much. Oh no. You think it's just because if somebody eats carbohydrates that they get diabetes. Oh no, Jason. Jason. I'd read more into diabetes, babe. Is that vodka? No, it's a water bottle. It's funny because the place I bought this from was in London, and it was where we did the first Elwood's organic dog meat outreach. And I was like, have a good day, and then stood outside like trying to sell dog meat. Like the fact you think me eating carbohydrates is going to give me diabetes. Oh, Jason. I mean, I don't think they need a timeout. I mean, I think they should come on, email me, vegangaze@gmail.com, and actually talk and substantiate their claims. There could be some good evidence. Lol, it does. Okay, well, it shouldn't be hard for you to send me the data at all. What do I put on my burger? Oh, that depends. Depends how I'm feeling on the day. I like a basic burger. Yo, YouTube recommended me this stream. I don't know how to... I mean, dead inside? Is that what it says? Oh, Jason. Right, go have a conversation with somebody who understands diabetes, right? And what you're talking about is like heavily simplistic to the point where it's just not helpful. I can read backwards. I've learnt that today. Is it Saturday night over there? Yeah, it's nearly 8 o'clock. Yeah. Oh dear, but I really gotta go. Okay. I want to say thank you so much to Chris having me on his live stream podcast. That was really cool. I appreciate being asked to do these things. Makes me feel very special. Hopefully we'll keep I can keep going to say quinoa. I hope Joaquin considers being vegan. That'd be very best. I will be happy to go on there again if there needs to be more of a push. I want to say thank you so much because Renchel became a top tier salad. That is the top membership level that you can be over on YouTube. I want to say thank you to my channel members and patrons who support my work monthly, because you make my ability to do the outreach that I do, to do the work that I do possible. Like without you, I wouldn't be able to dedicate my life to this. So thank you so much for your support there. And I want to say thank you to Nina, who tipped 3 days ago. So when I did my last stream. And thank you to today's tipper, Veggie Taniki, for your 10 quid tip. I really appreciate that. Thank you for always supporting what I do over here. But yeah, I'm to go away now. I do hope you're well. And until next time, salads, I will see you soon. Goodbye.